तो चलिए 9th डे का फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन हम लोग स्टार्ट करने जा रहे हैं। क्वेश्चन का नाम है सिंप्लीफाइड फ्रैक्शंस। तो पहले हम प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट पढ़ेंगे, फिर हम प्रॉब्लम को समझने की कोशिश करेंगे। तो प्रॉब्लम हमें कहता है गिवन एन इंटीजर n, रिटर्न अ लिस्ट ऑफ ऑल सिंप्लीफाइड फ्रैक्शंस बिटवीन 0 and 1 एक्सक्लूडिंग 0 and 1 such that the denominator is less than or equal to n. The fractions can be in any order. तो ये क्वेश्चन हमें क्या कहना चाह रहा है? इस क्वेश्चन को पढ़ के आप लोगों को समझ आ रहा होगा कि ये क्वेश्चन चाह रहा है कि हम उसे एक लिस्ट ऑफ फ्रैक्शंस रिटर्न करें जो कि इन दो मापदंडों पे खरे उतरते हैं। अब वो मापदंड क्या हैं? पहला, ऑल सिंप्लीफाइड फ्रैक्शंस बिटवीन 0 and 1 एक्सक्लूसिव सच दैट द डिनोमिनेटर शुड बी लेस देन और इक्वल टू n। जो हमारा डिनोमिनेटर है वो हमेशा n से छोटा या बराबर रहना चाहिए, और जो न्यूमरेटर है हम इसके ऊपर एक कंडीशन खुद बना सकते हैं कि न्यूमरेटर हमेशा n से छोटा रहना चाहिए, क्योंकि अगर वो n के बराबर हो गया किसी केस में तो सिंप्लीफिकेशन पे वो 1 by 1 दे देगा हमें आउटपुट, जिससे कि हम 1 बोल सकते हैं। तो हम नहीं चाहते कि हमारा फंक्शन हमें रिपीटेडली वही वैल्यूज़ रिटर्न करे जो ऑलरेडी हमारे पास हैं। और 1 इज़ नॉट अ फ्रैक्शन। फ्रैक्शन में न्यूमरेटर और डिनोमिनेटर दोनों का एग्जिस्टेंस ज़रूरी है और दोनों अलग होने चाहिए। मतलब आप लोगों को शायद समझ आ रहा होगा कि न्यूमरेटर और डिनोमिनेटर का जीसीडी जो है ग्रेटेस्ट कॉमन डिवाइजर वो 1 रहना चाहिए। ऐसे सारे फ्रैक्शंस हम लोगों को रिटर्न कर रहे हैं यहाँ पे। तो हम पहले एग्जांपल लेंगे एक, और उससे समझने का प्रयास करेंगे कि एक्चुअली ये प्रॉब्लम किस तरह टारगेट किया जाना चाहिए। सो फॉर द केस व्हेन n इज इक्वल टू 4 द पॉसिबल वैल्यूज ऑफ न्यूमरेटर विल बी 1, 2 and 3 and denominator can be 2, 3 and 4. Now you might think that why we haven't included 1 in the denominator, because if we use 1 as denominator then the fraction will always be simplified to just numerator with no significance being given to the denominator. So we exclude that value and reduce our computation time a bit. So the possible fractions that could be made from this given numerators and denominators are 1 by 2, 1 by 3, 1 by 4, 2 by 2, 2 by 3, 2 by 4, 3 by 2, 3 by 3 and 3 by 4. Now we will discuss each of these fractions and consider whether to include them or not. So 1 by 2 can be included because GCD here is 1 and the fraction cannot be further simplified. 1 by 3 can be included with the same cause, similarly for 1 by 4. But when we encounter 2 by 2, the GCD here is 2, so we won't be including this. 2 by 3 can be included. 2 by 4 also doesn't make it to the list because the GCD here again is 2. 3 by 2 won't be included again because 3 by 2 is greater than 1 and numerator is greater than denominator, which we don't want. Similarly for 3 by 3, GCD would be 3 and we don't need that. But 3 by 4 will make it to the return list because GCD here is 1 and numerator is less than denominator. So at last we'll have 4 fractions that will be adding to the list of strings that we are returning at the end of the function. So the values are 1 by 2, 1 by 3, 1 by 4, 2 by 3 and 3 by 4. As you can also see from this example, it matches. So I hope I was able to clearly explain you the idea that can be included to solve this problem further. So now let's move towards the codes that you'll understand that how will you implement it into a Java function. Now moving towards the code, first of all we'll be having a list that needs to be returned at the end of the function. So we'll initialize a list data structure. Then for the given condition when n is less than 2, we can simply return this empty list because no value of fraction will make it to the condition that we need to satisfy. Further moving on, as we decided that we will be starting our numerator with 1 and denominator with 2, so we initialize those two variables. Now we have a while loop that while the numerator is less than n, the loop will continue, and inside it we'll have a nested while loop for denominator, and as we have discussed, denominator can be less than or equal to n. So that's the case here. Again, if GCD of numerator and denominator is 1 and denominator is greater than numerator, these were the two basic conditions that we discussed for all the functions need to satisfy to make it to the return list. If a fraction complies with this situation, then we can simply include it in the list. Alright, and at the end of the while loop, we'll be incrementing our denominator. Similarly, we'll do it with the numerator, and denominator will always be starting at 2 because we need to consider all the pairs. plus plus, numerator plus plus, again at the end we'll return this. Now you might have observed that we have used GCD and Java doesn't provide an inbuilt function to calculate GCD, so we'll have our own implementation here. This is the function signature. It takes two numbers and returns an integer, that is GCD. If a is not equal to 0 and b is also not equal to 0, then we can consider the condition. If a is greater than b, we can simply return GCD of a modulo b comma b. This is a sort of divide and conquer technique that we are using to calculate our GCD. Else GCD would be a comma b modulo a. That is the other case round where b will be greater than a, and at the end we will be returning maximum of a and b. So this is our GCD function that we can use. Now we'll try to run our sample test cases first. Alright, it passes. Now we'll try some random value of n to verify. Alright, this also works fine. Now let's try to submit the code to this problem. Perfect, it works as expected. Thank you for watching.